Last week we were talking about Mandy Rose a little bit, and we had mentioned that she got fired from WWE. Some X-rated content, I guess, that they would consider for her OnlyFans or her fan site account. I just read recently the manager came out and said since she got fired, within 7 days she made $500,000. Did you see that? Can you believe that?
Well, it'd be nice to get fired every week, wouldn't it?
That helped her big time with the right. I mean, man, did
Yeah,
that help?
right. Wow. Good luck to her. Fabulous.
So her contract was for 150K, and she got basically 500,000 last week, and they were saying she was making 250,000 a month anyway. So, man, that's just crazy the amount of money she was making on that site.
Yeah, yeah. It's crazy.
Imagine that though. Like you decide like, oh, do I make all this money or do I want to be in WBTV for $150,000 a year? I mean, that's kind of why she got famous, maybe, and that's why she got so much popularity from that site. But that's just crazy how much money she makes off there.
It's amazing how much, and good luck to her. Fabulous. But what happens when she's not on that TV for X amount of months?
That's what a lot of people are saying. Maybe she'll fall off. Maybe she won't be as popular. But there is still social media where she has 4 million Instagram followers and stuff. So maybe keep herself a present, or maybe do some acting or something. I don't know. She's got to keep herself relevant, right?
She's going to be fine if she has that many social media people. She'll be fine. And if she's making $500,000 last week, she's not going to fall off to 150, right, for the year. So, I mean, the basic thing is she's trying to do what's good for her. The company's trying to do what's good for them. Sometimes good business, all the time, to me, good business is when both people agree and walk away happy. But you can't have it one way or the other, you know what I mean? Because that doesn't work. So they both achieve what they wanted to achieve, it seems to me.
Do you think that they wanted a cut of the money? That's been thrown at it too. That they were jealous she was making so much money they weren't getting a cut of it.
I mean, who knows? But do you really think a multi-billion-dollar corporation needs to have the cut? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know who's in charge of that. That's what we they need to find out. Who is in charge of that department? Because obviously somebody is, right? So whoever's in charge of that is the one that made that is going to make that kind of decision. So I mean, I don't really know, but nothing surprises me. It's business and labor. It breaks down to that simple. Whether you're going to paint a person's house, they want you to paint it as cheap as possibly, and you want to make money. It's that simple. And if she made this kind of money in 1 week, I don't see it falling off for a couple, at least 3 or 4 months at all. So good luck to her. And like you said, she probably become do some kind of television shows or something to keep herself out there.
Yeah, I think in the bodybuilding world or the fitness model world, she already kind of had a name for herself anyway, a little bit. So I feel like she still had a fan base, regardless if WWE gave her the platform or not. I feel like she still has a fan base out there.
Yeah, I mean, she probably had a big fan base going into WWE, right?
Somewhat, yeah, because a buddy of mine who doesn't watch wrestling, hasn't watched wrestling in years, he was like following her on Instagram. He's like, "Oh, I know who she is," and he's like, "I've known her for years." So I guess she had some sort of fitness modeling following for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I don't follow the fitness thing at all. I hardly follow bodybuilding anymore, but obviously she had a following, and she brought that following over to WWE, and then transferred it over to her, private business that she was doing. And again, good for her.
Do you think that like Twitch, OnlyFans, all this other stuff, do you think that should be allowed? Like, should they be able to do side gigs, or their signs up to be they shouldn't be able to do that kind of stuff?
That's a decision that WWE should have made when this first came out. Now it's like you're trying to shut the barn door while the horses have left. Somebody dropped the ball on that one. You know what I mean? So now, how many more people are on that?
I'm not sure.
Didn't they put something out about 6 months ago where they're supposed to give that up?
And Twitch, whatever that is, the streaming thing with Twitch, yeah.
So did they?
But she was still on it as of a week ago, whatever, when she got fired. So obviously it didn't apply to her for some reason.
Yeah. I mean, did it apply to anybody else?
I don't know. Xavier Woods is still doing his Twitch and he's still doing his YouTube channel. So I don't know, like where you draw the line. There's some guys that they can do and some guys can't.
Yeah. If we don't know the basics of that, we can't really make a decision. You know what I mean?
Yep. It just seems like some people can and some people can't. You know what I mean? It almost seems like, oh, if you're not, if you're here on this level, you could do it. But, oh, Mandy, you're getting too big for your britches here. Let's cut you down. That's kind of what it seems like to me.
Just throwing this out there. You said there was some footage that WWE didn't like.
Yeah.
I mean, we've heard rumors for a long time about a sale, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would something go across somebody's butt and get butt hurt that was someone's going to buy the company that said, what's going on here? Would a red flag go up?
Definitely a possibility.
Well, and with their season coming up for WrestleMania and who they want to get, does he want to get involved in that kind of controversy where he's been the biggest movie star of all for this generation anyway, and he's squeaky clean? Does he want to be involved in that?
Tough to say. Yeah, that could be a problem. Could be the issue.
It could be a lot of issues. I mean, so until you know what, that's why I don't like to surmise anything, because a lot of people say, well, this is what's happened at WWE. It's a publicly owned company. Until you know what the bottom line is and the inner workings, and 99.9 of us don't, you can't make an assumption.
Some
Because,
fans are saying this isn't the Attitude Era anymore. You can't do that risque stuff. But I know they were kind of doing it on TV. That's kind of her character, her gimmick, that she was being all risque.
yeah, well, but did you see the film that she put out that was supposedly over the line?
I only saw like snippets and clips, of course, for educational purposes
Yeah.
that people were putting out there on Twitter. I don't think they were showing everything because I think it's behind some sort of uncensored paywall. But I saw what people were putting out. Seemed pretty risque, I guess you would say. Some people were saying that she's naked on some of the stuff. So I don't know if you could put that out on Twitter, but that's what some of the people were saying. She was actually fully naked on some of it.
Well, here's the thing. Again, I go back to, I'm glad for her making all that money. Good luck to her. But if you're sitting in a corporate meeting and you're Disney may buy you and you're kid friendly and you have all kinds of merchandise out there directed at children, in this day and age, it doesn't take much to be canceled for one little thing. I mean, both sides are right on this one, I see. If they thought it was going to jeopardize anything in their company, I can understand. But I also understand she needs to make as much money as she possibly can. So good for her. And they probably did what they thought was right for them. So I can't fault them for being bigots or playing favorites, I don't think, because I don't know enough about the issue. But, I mean, in today's day and age, everybody's so sensitive about so many things. And when you go to a board meeting, I can't imagine how do you deal with those people that are being hit at all angles and everybody's canceled. They're talking now about comedians. Comedians aren't going on tour anymore. Think about that.
Crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're in a different world.
And with her, I feel like because they said the door is open to bring her back, I feel like if she comes back, she's got all the stroke because she's like, well, I'm making this much money over here. Now you got to pay me more than 150K a year. I guarantee that.
Yeah, I do too.
So I don't know. It's kind of silly on their part if they're going to bring her back. I mean, they're going to have to pay her more, all because they released her. Crazy.
I have a feeling that they wouldn't do that immediately.
I'll bring her back.
Yeah. Because,
Yep.
like you said, it doesn't make sense. If you're letting it go because of that, then you're letting her go because of what you think could happen with her. People say, oh, is she the one that had that on Twitter or Twitch? It doesn't alleviate the problem. Only time does. You know what I mean? I think. I don't know.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see. But it looks like she's doing very good without WWE. I mean, doing exceptionally well without them.
Thank you for watching the Hannibal TV. Please like this video if you enjoyed it and click the subscribe button to not miss any of our latest shoot interviews, match videos, or news updates. Follow us on Twitter at the Hannibal TV for instant updates.